Alright, radio check. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Okay, so welcome aboard. Today's flight will be flying from Sydney to Melbourne, on flight 499. This is the last flight for the night on this aircraft, as well as operations are concerned. Our scheduled flight time is going to be at 10:00 Zulu time, local time 10 PM. So we've got 48 minutes to our scheduled flight. Without further ado, we're going to start off with the load sheet, and we'll go through the paperwork stuff, and then thereafter we'll go through the pre-flight preparation checks, get the aircraft up and ready for departure. So yeah. Operational flight plan, let's have a look. Cost index, 6, average winds, 252, 22 knots. Our cruising altitude is going to be flight level 380 as filed. And we'll be expecting to carry 139 passengers on board. Let's look at the cargo. Be looking to have 870 kilograms on board. We'll divide that between two, and we'll distribute it between the forward and aft compartment in the cargo bay. So that's 4, 7, 17. 435 on both compartments. Alright, fuel, we've got 11,400 fuel on board. Planned fuel 5.7. Fraction 5.8. Subtract fuel on board, planned fuel 9876 6. Okay, so 5.6 reserve fuel to expect, which is within operational limits. Okay, estimated flight time for this flight, we'll be looking at 1 hour and 38 minutes if all goes to plan as per the schedule. So I think we'll kick off the APU 10 minutes before boarding time. In 5 minutes we'll begin boarding, 10 minutes we'll begin boarding at time 36. Local time now is 1116 Zulu time. Alright, cool. Okay, I think we'll start off with the pre-flight checks just to get the aircraft ready before we commence the payload performance calculations. Starting preparation checklist. Button brakes set, check. Gear lever down, check. Throttle idle, check. Flaps up, check. Spoilers disengaged. Okay. Electric control pumps off, check. Battery is on, power lights adjusted, check. Preparation checks complete. Pre-flight checks, down theatre. Set panel, up panel, lower pedestal, check. Lights. Tested, check. Alarms, store alarm. Alright, cabin utility is set to on, check. In-flight entertainment system, passenger seats, on, check. RS, set to align, check. And RS status display. RS fully aligned, check. Right, window heat. Window heat on, check. Emergency lights are closed, check. Seatbelt signs on, check. No smoking signs on, check. Window wipers off, check. Cabin temperature. Current temperature below 20, currently 18. Kick off the APU. Just the aircraft ventilated. APU bleed on. APUs. Trimmers. APU starting, EGT positive, check. Fuel quantity is sufficient with reserve fuel of 5.6. Radio comms, 1 and 2 is on. Test the radios. Check the ATIS, we're at it. ATIS. Frequency for Sydney, Kingsford, 8.55. Looks like we have a full stack online today. That's ATC for delivery, ground tower approaches line. Not sure about en route, but I wouldn't be surprised if they something offline. Yes, right now it is. Just before
Instrument approach, then independent visual approach when visual. Do not pass through assigned runway center line. Runway 34 left and right for arrivals and departures. Runway 34 left and right, retrieve 4 right, surface condition 5. Wet. Independent parallel departures in progress. Wind 310 degrees, 07 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Light showers of rain. Clouds scattered 1,500 feet. Temperature 1 tree. QNH 1026. On first contact with Sydney ground or approach, notify receipt of information Charlie.
information Charlie.
Time check, 1122. Sydney Terminal information Charlie. Expect instrument approach, then independent visual approach when visual. Do not pass through assigned runway center line. Runway 34 left and right.
Alright, information Charlie's current. Runway 34 left and right for arrivals and departures. We can expect either the Wollongong to departure or the Marib 6 departure, depending on the assigned runway. As provided during clearance. Cloud scatter 1,500, conditions are wet, temperatures
1,500 feet. Temperature 1 tree.
Yep, temperatures 1 degrees, winds 310 at 07 knots, QNH 1026. QNH 1026. Okay, so we've got information Charlie and radios not working. Next. here as well. 133 as well. Radio comms, number 2. So, okay, still waiting for actually we'll test that whilst we get our clearance. Information Charlie is current, QH 1026, check. We'll get our clearance at time 30 in 5 minutes, so I think for the meantime we'll go through the takeoff briefing. Okay, so scheduled flight comes for 99, service from Sydney to Melbourne. Our scheduled flight time will be time 1200 Zulu in 35 minutes. Runway 35 left and right is currently active, so once we get our clearance, we can expect either the Wollongong 2 departure or the Marab 6 departure. Runway heading is going to be 33. Okay, radios are working. Check.
Oxygen coolant, military 1.
Yes, either the Marab 6 departure or the Wollongong 2 departure. Runway heading is going to be 335.
Quiet. Very quiet.
Okay, so yeah, Wollongong 2 departure.
Corner 729,
we can expect to climb to 800, and then we'll track 290. Heading 290, climb to 7,000 feet, and then we can either expect.
Sorry about that, but it doesn't need to be louder.
Direct to Wollongong, depending on the traffic.
Do you think I need my mic a little bit louder?
Corner 729.
Correction, Marab 7 departure. Okay, so yeah, we'll be tracking towards south to Wollongong, and then we'll join our flight plan route.
Corner 729,
As
just
for
better.
Marab 7 departure, we can expect
729, 505.
runway heading 335, climb to 500. At 500, we'll make a sharp turn, maintaining maximum speed 90 knots and minimum bank of 25 degrees. And we'll track heading 075 towards Marab. By descent, we'll continue climb to 10,000 and then track to Wollongong. And then we'll join our flight plan route. Cruising altitude will be cruising at flight 380 as our final cruising altitude. And flight time we'll be expecting flight time of 1 hour and 38 minutes. 139 passengers on board as filed, and we also have
All stations, Christian City delivery back into.
Okay, so once the delivery's back, we'll get the call and request for clearance. Payload and performance to be determined once we commence boarding procedures at time 35, and we'll continue on with the
delivery, good day, Qantas 9er Quebec Alpha Super, with information Charlie, looking for clearance Qatar South.
It's got AFK499.
Copy that, thank you so much.
Language correction. Yeah, approach has gone offline.
Delivery back. Delivery, good evening, day, whatever it is. Qantas 9er Quebec Alpha Super, with information Charlie, looking for clearance Qatar South. Quebec Alpha, you clear to destination airport via Caleb flight number, free for left, Caleb 1 departure, Caleb transition, followed by the system 5000 for 1314 departures, 1 Unicom. Currently 123, that's right. Copy, we clear for the KLM 1 KLM transition, initial altitude 5000, and the departure will be on Unicom for Qantas 9er Quebec Alpha. Qantas 9er Quebec Alpha, just confirm KLM flight plan route, runway 34 left, KLM 1 departure, KLM transition, marvelous to 5000. 1314 departure Unicom 122, that's right. We're cleared by the KLM 1, the KLM transition, initial climb 5000. We didn't quite copy the squawk code, we're very sorry. What is 9 Quebec Alpha, just confirm runway 34 left, squawk 1314 and departure Unicom currently 122, does mate. Copy 34 and the squawk 1314 and Unicom 1228 for Qantas 9er Quebec Alpha. Qantas 9er Quebec Alpha, thanks. Qantas 330, requesting IFR clearance to Brisbane, information Charlie, cover 3.
Maybe it's this audio. Maybe it's me, I don't know.
I'll touch a calling code.
Qantas 330.
Qantas 330, clear to Brisbane to the old flight plan route. Runway 34 left, Richmond 6 departure, radar transition. Climb by distance to 5000, squawk 4520, departures 122, does mate.
Clear to Brisbane via Oxford flight plan route, runway 34 left, Richmond 6 departure, radar transition. Climb by seat 5000, squawk 4520, departure on Unicom. Qantas 330.
Qantas 499, how do you read?
Qantas 499, F5.
Okay, Qantas 499, clearance to Melbourne, Mason Charlie.
Qantas 499, flight number 1. Encinitas, good evening, United 842 Heavy Information Charlie, Crest Airways to Los Angeles is fine. On position, calling, number 2. Alpha, new departure, frequency 130.9.
That's what I thought. Okay.
13090, Qantas 9 Quebec Alpha, thank you.
Question Qantas 9 Quebec Alpha, just confirm new departures 130.9.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
13090, thank you, Qantas 9 Quebec Alpha.
Alright, we'll commence boarding. Alright, commence boarding.
Boarding requested.
Qantas 330, new departure frequency 130.9.
New departure 13090, Qantas 230.
1000. Line.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Coordination, control, change in progress.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, whilst we wait for clearance,
Locking gear.
then we'll continue on with the payload performance calculation. 139 passengers on board, is the reserve names. So 133 in economy class and first class. 6 on board, and for cargo, 435 both the aft and forward compartments. Okay, so that gives us gross weight 66.4, centre of gravity 24.9. Go ahead and disconnect the ground power. Chunks remove.
Passengers boarding starting.
21 minutes before parking. What's happening with controls? We all decided to go offline, and we're told to stand by on delivery, but no one's going online, so give it another 5 minutes. What is going on?
Left Richmond transition climb, we have hit 5000, score 1044, departure on 130.19.
Now they're providing clearances on ground.
FA 13,
Qantas 330, request push cargo 3.
Qantas 330, push back through.
Push approved, 330.
City ground, good evening. What's 499? Confirming clearances are on ground now. Yeah, we were told to stand by on delivery of what's happening there. Anyway, we'd like to request clearance to Melbourne. We had information Charlie previously. Qantas 499.
Sydney ground, Qantas 729 radio check.
United 842, Sydney ground.
Sydney ground, United 842.
United 842, you clear to Los Angeles via diplomat flight route, and 34 left. Richmond 6 departure, radar transition, climb by the system 5000, scope 1427, departures 130, that's 100.
Clear to Sydney via diplomat plane route, runway 34 left, Richmond 6 departure, radar transition, climb via the City 5000, scope 1427, departures 130.9 and for United 842 heavy.
United 842.
747, holding short Bravo 8.
November 427, taxi, right, sitting on Bravo, Ultra Room 25.
I don't hear you so good. I hear you 382 out of 5. Continue on Bravo and then...
November, Port Station, radar check.
2 by 5, very quiet.
All stations ready to check?
Much better.
Yeah, better.
November 427, you look like you turn left onto Bravo 7, turn right slightly to Bravo, hold short runway 25.
Continue Bravo 7, to right on Bravo, hold short of runway 5 and...
Sydney ground, Qantas 729, previously information Charlie, Coast going to Brisbane South.
Our station calling, stand by. All stations, stand by.
It's going to be a train. It's probably a training session, I reckon.
Order shot runway 25. This is 427. All sections, the information, Alpha Nacron.
Expect instrument approach. Runway 34 left and right. And parallel departures in progress. Wind 310 degrees. 07 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Clouds scattered 1,500 feet. Broken 7,000 feet.
Estimate for
8,800 feet. Temperature 1 tree. QNH 1026. On first contact with Sydney ground or approach, notify receipt of information Alpha.
Alpha across
Time check 1147. Sydney terminal information Alpha. Expect instrument approach. Runway 34 left and right for arrivals and departures. Independent parallel departures in progress. Wind 310 degrees. 07 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Clouds scattered 1,500 feet. Broken 7,000 feet. Broken 8,800 feet. Temperature 1 tree. QNH 1026. On first contact with Sydney ground or approach, notify receipt of information Alpha.
Alright, information.
Hey, Dan. That's 810, you cleared to Brisbane via Olsen Flight Center route, runway 34 left, Olsen 1 departure, Olsen transition, climb by to 5,000, score 3776 departures, with 130.9.
Clouds as well.
That 810 clear to Brisbane as file, departure runway, confirm 34 right, yeah. Olsen departure, squawk code 3775, confirm, just side 810.
That's 810. Olsen Flight Center route, runway 34 right, Olsen 1 departure, Olsen transition, climb by the to 5,000, score 3776, departures 130.9.
Brisbane, file 34 right, also departure, also transition 2776, squawk departure 1309er, just side 10.
Just 810, just confirm Olsen 1 departure.
Yeah, also 1 departure for just side 10.
Just 810.
Sydney ground, Qantas 499, information Alpha, requesting airways clearance to Melbourne. It's the third time I've been this clearance.
Just 499, standby number 2.
Correction, that's Qantas 499.
Qantas 499, standby number 2. Standby number 2.
Should realise this shouldn't take this long. 11 minutes before our scheduled flight. We'll start training, I reckon. So this next one.
Sydney ground, Qantas 721, information Alpha, I think Pacific 2 Brisbane is 5.
All station calling standby. All stations information Bravo, no current. Expect independent visual approach. Do not pass through sign runway center line, runway 34 left and right for arrivals and departures. Independent parallel approaches and departures in progress. Wind 310 degrees 06 knots. Cloud. Crowded 3,500. Information Bravo. Follow 729, got clearance.
Go ahead, Connor 729.
Follow 729, A clear to Brisbane to be also flight plan route, runway 34 left, Richmond 6 departure, radar transition, climb bus to 5,000, squawk 3611, departures 130.19.
Clear to Brisbane, also flight plan route, runway 34 left. Richmond 6 departure, radar transition, initial climb 5,000, squawk 3611, and departure frequency 130.9, Connor 729.
729, let's confirm, climb bus to 5,000.
Climb bus to 5,000, Connor 729.
729, thanks.
Go ahead, cruise for my time.
499 clear to Melbourne in the air, Wollongong flight plan route, runway 34 right, narrow 7 departure, Wollongong transition, climb by the system 5,000, squawk 4242, departures with Brisbane Centre 125.0.
Clear to Melbourne, Wollongong plan route, runway 34 right, narrow 7 departure, Wollongong transition, climbs at 5,000, squawk 4242, departures 125.0. We're at domestic 1, Bay 2, information Bravo.
That's 499,
Finally, clearance received. We can now proceed with our payload and calculation checks.
Ground just say 10 for pushback.
Runway 34 right for departures, conditions.
That's 810, push approved.
Push approved just say 10.
Alright, flaps up, rating.
330, contact Brisbane. On 130.9.
130.9, have a good one, Connor 330.
Gross weight, 66 decimal. Centre of gravity. 24. Decimal. Wind 310 at, I believe it was 0.6 knots. Yes, inflation rate is 0.6 knots. And temperatures 13 degrees. QNH 1026.
Sydney ground, Connor 729, Bay 34, press push and stop.
Alright.
729, pushback approved.
Performance as follows.
Push through,
Flaps
Connor 729.
5. -1 derate. Select temperature 39er. Trim 4.98. May as well round it up to 5. V1 speed 140. Rotate 141 and V2 147. VREV speed 149er. Right, calculations and performance checks are complete. So let's finalise the briefing with the takeoff and emergency procedures. We've got runway length of 700 and actually stand by. Change that meters. 2,432 meters of runway length for departure. According to the calculations, -1 takeoff configuration, select temperature 39er, trim 5, V1 140, and VR, rotate 141 and V2 147. Gross weight 66.4, just right on the maximum landing weight, so that brings us to takeoff and emergency procedures. During the takeoff, if there's a failure, call out the failure as indicated on the ECAS and we'll abort takeoff, and we'll notify ATC as required, vacate the runway as soon as possible. If a failure occurs over 80 knots, we'll continue the takeoff as per the SID. We'll climb initially to, we'll climb per the SID initially. Once stable on the climb, we'll contact departures and advise them of our intentions and state our nature of emergency, and we'll request return back to the SID, given the fact that our gross weight is within range for landing. And that's the pre-flight checks. Marab 7 departure. That is the takeoff and safety briefing, and Marab 7 for departures. Okay, let's finish off. We've got 4 minutes before departure. We'll finish off the FMC setup. I guess in the meantime we'll notify the cabin and tell them that we're essentially ready. Marab 7 departure. Wollongong transition. Activate, execute, and check routing. Routing is correct. Cruising altitude, performance page, flight level 380.
Corner 729, ready for taxi.
Average winds 252 at 22 knots.
Corner 729, taxi,
Cost
Golf,
index number 6.
Alpha, cross 425, hold up point Alpha 6, runway 34 left.
Planned fuel 5.1.
Taxi, Golf Alpha, cross runway 25, hold up point Alpha 6, runway 34 left, corner
Crossway
729.
66.4. Check, activate, and we'll set up the N1 limit. Selected temperature 39. -1 derate. Flaps 5. Center of gravity takeoff performance 24 decimal liner. Okay, and V1, rotate V2 speeds, selected, check. Alright, FMC checks complete, autopilot setup, flight director on, auto throttle on, initial climb speed set, runway heading set, initial climb altitude is going to be 5,000. Okay. 2 minutes before our scheduled flight. Pre-flight checks complete. Before pushback checks, APU is on. Check. APU generator is on. Check. APU bleed is on. Check. Hydraulics.
Senior 1, just stay down for
Hydraulics
taxi.
on. Check. Engine bleeds off. Anti-ice as required. Not required. Boarding is complete.
Just at 810, taxi, Charlie, cross runway 25, Bravo 10, hold short Sierra.
Luggage doors closed. Cabin doors are closed. Pressurization panel set.
Charlie, close to 5, Bravo 10, hot shot Sierra,
Set.
just 810.
Transponder 42. 42. Check. And
Just
transponder.
Charlie, close to 5, Bravo 10, hot shot Sierra.
And anti-collision lights on.
I've been coming here since I was a boy, and now I'm rated to fly here as a Qantas 737 pilot. Today, I'm flying on an Airbus H125 helicopter, and you're on a Qantas Boeing 787 Dreamliner.
Wait.
Plus 499, you calling for a call again,
Hi, my name is Nestor from one of the first towns in Sydney. Welcome to Hollywood.
My voice really that quiet.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Tighten by pulling the strap. You can undo your seatbelt by pressing the button. To keep it done up low and tight, you
Alright,
can take
push
off,
back engine start
landing,
check.
and whenever the seatbelt sign is on.
Fuel pumps
This
on.
includes
Check.
infants and children.
Plug is connected. Chopped
While
away.
seated
Check.
another
Parking brakes
time,
released.
we
Check.
recommend
Pushback
that you keep
started.
your
Finish.
seatbelt fastened.
Switch them both. start engine 2 first. Right packs off. Right
The
engine
locals
starts
call this
switch.
Mexico,
Start.
Mexico. Magical Mexico. This is El Arco in Cabo San Lucas.
You'll find your life jacket under your seat, next to it, or in the leg rest. Remove your life jacket from the pouch by pulling
N2.
the tab. Put it over your head,
100%
pass the
foot
strap
control.
around your waist. Clip at the
2
front, then tighten. There's a red
oil
tag,
pressure.
and mouthpiece for inflation, and a whistle and light. And remember, only inflate your life jacket after you leave the aircraft.
Fuel flow positive.
Sydney Ground United 840 to Heavy with information Bravo Bay International 54 request push.
United 842, push back first.
Push approved, United 842.
Masks help us swim with magnificent whale sharks of Ningaloo Reef, and you have masks on board too. If oxygen is required, a mask will drop from above. Put it on
Engine
quickly and tighten the strap.
2 is on,
Oxygen
engine
will
2
flow
start switch.
as you take a breath. Fix
Set
your own
cons.
mask first and then help
Right
others.
packs on. Check. Engine 1, correction, engine 2's on, engine 1 start. Left packs off, engine 1 start switch, start.
Please set parking brakes.
Park brake set.
Jaipur is called the Pink City. My birthplace absolutely
Okay,
captures
oil
the
pressure
essence
positive,
of India's
N2
very rich
positive,
history.
fuel
And
control
this is
on.
what makes it a magical place. In the unlikely event of an emergency, you should be familiar with the brace position appropriate to your seat. If you can reach the seat in front, brace.
Unlocking gear.
Placing your forehead on the back of the seat. Hold your lower legs. Or put your hands on your knees. If you can't reach the seat in front, lean as far forward as you can and hold on to your lower legs.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Alright, engine 1 is on.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Engine 1 start switch, set cons. Check. Left packs on. Push back, engine
Sydney
start
Ground
checks
Cafe
complete.
138, Bay 61, request push.
Count the rows between
Alright, before taxi checklist, flight control checks. Right,
Lights will go
down,
into your
up,
exits.
center,
Your crew members are
left,
pointing them out now.
down, up, center.
Just 10.
Check. Flight controls.
Center 130, that's
Rudder checks.
1309, you just say 10,
Flight
thank you, bye
controls
bye.
free and correct.
Center 810, negative,
Check.
130, that's Manana.
1309, you just say 10.
Now I have two lugs.
On the 729,
This is
contact
my magic
residence center on 130,
Alright, isolation valve. Sensor
130,
auto,
decimal
check.
9, close to
Packs,
2 miles,
auto, check.
Your aircraft is
APU bleed.
slides and life rafts, which the crew will operate in an emergency.
APU bleed
Need to evacuate
is off.
naval items
Engine
on
bleeds are on.
Push back,
Check.
Cafe 138.
Leaning forward with your hands
Engine
on your
generator
knees.
is on. Check. Repeats on. Check. APU off. Your damper on. Check. AC 4 meter. Generator 1. Check. Trim set for takeoff. Set number 5.
Now I'm fluent in Korean and married to a wonderful local.
Trim set for takeoff. Check.
I love to go exploring. That's how Gyeongbokgung Palace.
Trim. Yes, that's correct. Flap set for takeoff. 2, 5.
Smoking isn't allowed on Qantas flights. Your aircraft is fitted with smoke detectors, including in the
Alright,
toilets.
let's see. System clock checks.
This includes e-cigarettes and vapes.
I'm
Glide
Violet,
slow.
Qantas cabin crew based in London.
Pull
I
up.
just love it here in the markets.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Alright, before taxi check is complete, we'll call for taxi now.
And positive environment for everyone.
Qantas 499, request taxi, runway 34 right.
Before you get underway,
Qantas
make sure all
199,
your
taxi
bags
Charlie, cross
are in
runway
the overhead
35, Robert
locker
10, hold short
or under
Sierra.
the seat in front of you.
Taxi Charlie, cross 25, Bravo 10, hold short Sierra, Qantas 499.
Rome, the Eternal City. We are back for the first time in years to surprise our family
Alright,
at
taxi.
our favourite restaurant.
Before
just
taxi
off
checks
Company.
complete, taxi checks, taxi lights on, parking brakes released, and let's go.
destroyed if they get caught in the seat mechanism. Just ask a crew member for help.
Hi, I'm Law. Paris is a city of love, and I'm so lucky to call this my home. Is there? Your Qantas magazine is located in your seat pocket. It contains a health and safety section with important information on deep vein thrombosis or DVT.
Hi, I'm Nick, QantasLink cabin crew. I've been all over the world, but I still call Sydney my magic place. I love to catch the ferry from Manly around sunset. The view heading back into Circular Quay is so beautiful. It's time to get ready for takeoff. Ensure that your seat back is upright and your tray table is stowed. And if you've missed anything, it's on your safety card, also in your seat pocket.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, a Qantas Boeing 787 pilot. So many Australians grow up at the beach, and we all have our favourite. Mine is here in Noosa, on Queensland's Sunshine Coast. Wherever you're flying to today, and for whatever reason, we hope your trip is a safe one. And we hope you get to your magic place again really soon. Thank you for choosing Qantas, the spirit of Australia.
We'll run through the before takeoff
Ground
checklist.
842, heavy request taxi.
Once we're on tango, it's that.
QFA499 request taxi.
Taxi Golf, Crossman 25, 1 Bravo, 1.6, 3
Second, please, you have really quiet.
All stations ready to check?
Now, 555.
Cathay 138, Taxi Golf, Alpha, cross runway 25, hold up point Alpha 6, runway 34, left.
Taxi Golf and Alpha Cross 25, hold up point Alpha 6, runway 34 left, Cathay 138.
United 842, Taxi Golf, Alpha, cross runway 25, hold up point Alpha 6, runway 34 left.
Golf Alpha, cross runway 25, holding point Alpha 6, runway 34 left, United 842 heavy.
5, front lights on. Lights off. Absolute cinema. Alright, set departure frequency as our next frequency since tower's not online. 120.5, and don't expect it to be online either once we have taken off, because time now is 12:00. so we can expect lesser ATC services once we're airborne. Actually, I reckon let's turn on the anti-ice. Precipitation looks a little bit grim up there, so we may expect some frost, so just to be safe we'll turn on the anti-ice. Probably turn on the anti-ice on Tango.
Qantas 499, contact Brisbane Centre 125.0.
125.0, Qantas 499, good night. Brisbane Centre, good evening, Qantas 499er, in Sydney at 0.
Qantas 499, taxi only point taken 6 from the 347.
Taxi only point taken 6, runway 34 right, Qantas 499.
Qantas 29, the climb over.
Qantas 729, just got traffic sending on a couple of units to fly. What's your crew?
Alright, Stroke, correction, landing, correction, anti-ice on, check. And before takeoff checklist.
729, cancel speed restrictions to fly fast and got while the traffic sending 50 above you. I need to wait till you're across the coast.
Okay, auto throttle, check, flight director on, check, LNAV, set, VNAV, set, check. Auto brakes, RTO, check. Flap set for takeoff, check. Takeoff data, check. Nav data, check. TCAS, no warnings. TCAS. TCAS on, check. Anti-ice on. Yep, anti-ice on, check. Packs as required, check. Before takeoff checks complete. Alright, continue taxi onto tank 6. Once at the holding point, we'll notify the cabin. And strobe lights, taxi lights on once clearance for takeoff is received. And then we'll set the chrono and we'll take off as per the
Descent to 2,000 feet, Emirates 2589.
Emirates 7 departure. So yeah. Okay, so once rotated, 500 feet we'll make a sharp turn and maintain maximum speed 180 and we'll track heading 1752 Marib. Once stable on the climb we'll broadcast airborne and we'll expect to continue climb above 5,000 feet. Cruising altitude, flight level 380.
And request check on.
Alright, set a few pumps on. During cruise we'll have to perform a cross feed of the fuel since we have less fuel on the left tank. Looks like there's an aircraft on the runway, so
good evening, Cafe 138 at Sydney, fully ready.
Suspecting they'll be taking off very shortly.
That's right, the dash clean ready. Cafe 138. Cafe 138. Just right 10 runway 34 right, just there. Could take off 34 right, 810. Cafe 138, runway 34 left, 34 left, clear for takeoff, Cafe 138. Emirates 2589, turn left heading 010.
Turn left heading 010, Emirates 589. Distance on it is United 842 heavy, so ready for the punch.
Emirates 842 heavy.
Centre 1309.
Jetstar 261, run ready to descend to flight level 130. Run ready 130, Jetstar 261.
Qantas 499, we're ready at tank 6 on point, 0.34 right.
Qantas 499. Set up.
Alright, we'll just hold here. And Qantas 499, confirming departure frequency 125.0.
AFM, which frequency am I now?
I was on 125 earlier, but the audio wasn't great, so I just recently switched over to 130.9.
Okay, yeah, no, that's the best one going north. It should have been that anyway.
Roger, Qantas 499.
Emirates 2589. Turn further left heading 340, cleared ILS, runway 34 left approach.
Turn left heading 340, cleared for ILS approach, runway 34 left.
Velocity 996, descend to 2000. Velocity
Descend 2000, velocity 996.
996, descend to 2000.
Descend 2000, 996.
Jetstar 456, turn left heading 170. Actually further adjustment, left heading 150.
Turn left heading 150, Jetstar 456.
Emirates 2589, confirm that left turn was heading 340. Turn right now heading 010 to redescend, cleared ILS 34 left. Emirates 2589.
Sasha, can you repeat please, Emirates 589?
Alright,
Turn
so
right again now heading 010 to redescend, cleared ILS from
left
heading.
crosswinds.
Turn right heading 010, clear for ILS, runway 34 left.
Cathay 1 trade to serve on pulse and 2,700 feet. Cathay 138, Brisbane Centre, g'day. Climb 2, flight level 340. Continue flight level 340, Cathay 1 trade. Jetstar 810, request departure.
Passing 7,000, Jetstar 810.
Jetstar 810, thanks, you were cleared to 5,000. You're identified now, climb 2, flight level 350.
350, Jetstar 810.
Brisbane Center, good evening, sir. This is the Scandinavian 777-320.
Yes, 777, Brisbane Centre, g'day.
There's an arriving aircraft, I think. Not sure.
Emirates 105, descend to 3000. Descend to 3000, Emirates 105.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking from the flight deck. Just holding short here at the runway holding point, just waiting for the green light from air traffic control before we commence our takeoff. We are currently anticipating a slight delay here. We do apologise for the inconvenience.
Emirates
We'll,
842,
keep you updated
runway
if there's
34
any
left, clear
changes.
for takeoff.
But for the meantime, we're instructed to hold for now.
Clear for takeoff from my 34 left, United 842.
Sorry, United 842, 34 left, clear for takeoff.
No worries, down at 842.
Just a 456 descent to 7,000, and still quite a few track miles to run if you'd like a 20 mile final still.
7,000, understood, just 456.
We'll send a consent on Pacific Flight Deck for 30 minutes.
The station wanting to go for 30 minutes, which course?
Qantas 729.
Qantas 729, are you able to be back before waypoint Bandit?
I can sound to waypoint Bandit, yeah,
Qantas 729, if you can go away and be back before Bandit, is that possible?
Remember. Oh yeah, that's possible, Qantas 729.
Qantas 729, that's great, thanks.
Qantas 729 will report back.
Emirates 2589, runway 34 left, continue approach.
Continue approach for runway 34 left, immediate 589.
And velocity 906, turn right, 300 for base.
Right 300 for base, 996.
Emirates 105, turn left, heading 010.
Turn left, heading 010, Emirates 05.
Looks like there's another aircraft taxi.
Emirates 105, caution traffic for the parallel runway, velocity 996, they're a Boeing 737 MAX, runway 3 for right.
Caution traffic, Emirates 05.
Traffic.
And velocity 996, caution traffic on the parallel runway for 3 for left, Emirates 105 and A350 on descent to 3000.
Copy traffic, velocity 996.
Just at 261, descend to 10,000, QNH 1026.
10,000 and 1026, 261.
Qantas 499, are you ready?
AFM, Qantas 499.
499, thank you, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Brisbane Center, United 842, passing 2.1 on climb 5,000.
So United 842, Center identified. United 842, cancel SID, turn right, clear direct to Dipso, climb flight level 280.
Cancel the SID, turn right, direct Dipso, climb flight level 280, United 842 exit.
Emirates 105, turn left heading 360, from that heading cleared eye left runway 34 left approach.
Turn left, heading 360, and from that heading cleared to left 34 left, Emirates 105.
89. Velocity 996, riding 310, cleared eye left 34 right approach.
Right 310, clear, left 34 right approach, velocity 996.
V1.
Emirates 2589, runway 34 left, clear to left.
Good left, runway 34 left, Emirates 589.
Just level 56, descent to 4,000.
4,000, just 456.
Just at 456, understood your emergency. Yeah, you ready for the approach?
Just require this heading for another 10 miles or so, and Mel direct the approach at 456.
Just at 456, you'll be leaving controlled airspace if I take you too much further to the south. I can off you. Heading left of 100 and stop, descend of 5,000.
Yeah, that'll work, Jetstar 456.
Jetstar 456, turn left, heading 100, descend to 5,000.
Then listening 100, 5,000, Jetstar 456.
Jetstar 456, will you be requiring any assistance on arrival?
Jetstar 456, we're going to roll through the end of the runway and stop on the runway, and we'll require a tow off the runway.
Jetstar 456.
Cancel speed.
Station points, cancel speed.
9842.
9842, cancel speed restrictions.
Cancel speed, 9842, thanks.
Number 499, center identified, climb to flight level 380. Velocity 996, runway 34 right, 32.
See the land 34 right, velocity 996.
Emirates 105, runway 34 left, clear to land. Clear to land in Emirates 205. Now 160 Rico Spalani and 261 turn 269. 6,000 jets after 61.
Leave.
Good evening. Correction,
Qantas 11, that is never. That is the 456, you haven't take direct to Sausage.
Hey, firm, Jetstar 456.
Jetstar 456, Jumbo navigation direct to Sausage, expect the ILS runway 34 left, and the ground's been advised.
Thanks for that. Left direct to Sausage and request for descent. When able, Jetstar 456.
Jetstar 456 and 26.
Start. 219 now.
Down at 842, sign up flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, 9842.
Qantas 330, contact center on 13 quarters, moving on.
Contact Qantas 130, Qantas 330.
Anti-ice on.
Crosswalk 56, 730.
Yeah, it's raining. Okay, so yeah, keep the anti-ice.
3000 jet 456.
Signal turned off.
Brisbane, good morning. Velocity 560, 738, flight level 330.
Station to Center, are you looking for an airlift crew?
Negative, we're just sending contact to me, flight level 330, velocity 560, Boeing 738.
Velocity 560, thank you, Squawk. 4505.
Squawk 4505, correction 4505, velocity 560.
Velocity down at 96, located 3 right.
996. Hold short runway 25.
Hold short 25, down at 96.
What is 11 clear to St. Louis Fire, Nova, flight leader, runway 34 left, Richmond 6 departure, climb boat SID to 5000, score 1255, passes me, 1, 2, sorry, 130 decimal.
Alpha 11, clear to 75, no bad flight plan, route, Richmond 6 departure, runway 34 left, initial climb 250, 1255, capacity 130, taking
11. It's 456. Cleared islands, runway 34 left approach from Port Steps.
Cleared islands, 34 left, jet 456.
Melbourne Centre, American 72 Alpha is with you at Sydney, requesting iPhone 4 Los Angeles.
American 72 Alpha, Brisbane Centre, good afternoon, Emma. American 72 Heavy. Cleared south.
Negative copy, American 72 Alpha.
American 72, I've cleared to Los Angeles via no bar flight plan route, runway 34 left, Richmond 6 departure, squawk 1213, and departure will be on 130.9.
Clear to Los Angeles via the Richmond 6 departure route, runway 34 left, squawk 1213, and departures review 130.9, American 72 Alpha.
American 72 Alpha.
Center, Corner Center 9, we're back to response 38,800, almost 39,000.
Got a 729, thanks.
Velocity 560 looking for descent.
Just got 621, descend to 2000. Just got 621, descend to 2000. Was up to 261? Sorry, 261, 620. Descent to Charles, 261. And velocity 560, cleared route at 4 arrival, runway 34 left, descend to 5250.
Cleared river for arrival, runway 34 left, and what was the descent rate, velocity 560?
I just took flight level 250.
Descend flight level 250, velocity 2, correction 560.
Flight level 499, if you're not already, contact me on 125, just
Velocity 996 Bravo, hold short, runway 25.
Velocity 996, cross runway 25, taxi back on.
Cross 25, taxi to Spain. Thanks for your help tonight.
Cross 499, sir. Just 456, wind at 3100 at 7 knots. The fire trucks are available. Runway 34 left, full down. 34 left, turn landing, just down 4. Just 261, turn right in 310. Turn right, think 310 and 100.
Course 921 Brisbane Center, good day. Currently at Sydney International on holding point Lima, runway 34 left.
Got us 921. Are you looking for runway 34 right? Got us 921, hold position. That's an emergency for that runway.
Roger that, contact.
261. You can climb to 2000 from that ending clear to ILS runway 34 right approach.
Maintain 2000 and on this heading, please for the ILS approach from SP4 right, Cessna 261.
What's 199? What is 499, Chris? Station calling 7 seconds.
111 slip pressure, push them down.
Qantas 11, push brake.
Push brake, push.
Scandinavia 777 ready for descent.
Velocity 560, descend flight level 130.
Descent flight level 130, velocity 560. Scandinavia 777 ready for descent.
Yes, 777. Descend to 25, sir.
250, Scandinavia 777.
Qantas 29, just confirm, do we need a frequency change or?
Qantas 729, contact center 134.
Before decimal 2 from 79, see how enough.
Dragon 03. Dragon 03, sir. Dragon 03, optimal this time. We'll give you a call time 30. Got that optimal time for that 30, Dragon 03.
Cessna 261, fully established, 34 right.
Cessna 261, runway 34 right, clear to land.
34 right, clear land, 261.
Brisbane Center, good day, Cafe 101, keep at flight level 400, 446.
Cafe 101, stand up here.
Center, contact 505.
Go 535 today.
Delta 777 Q50.
777 descend flight level 130.
130.
Block 560 descend to 10,000, QNH 1026.
Which runway please, in Sydney?
777 the 4E4 Alpha arrival, runway 34 right. And descend out of 13,000, QNH 1026.
334 right.
Hey firm, runway 34 right, 4E4 Alpha right.
Okay, thank you very much.
Just up 261, vacate at 34 right.
Jetson 261, hold short runway 25.
Hold short 34, after.
Content 261 negative, taxi by Bravo, hold short of runway 25.
Taxi Bravo, hold short 25.
Contact 11, ready for taxi.
Quarter to 11, on Alpha, cross runway 25, taxi at Connie Point up 6, runway 35.
Taxi Alpha, sorry, say again for Quantum 11.
Quarter to 1, on Alpha, cross runway 25, taxi 90 Point Alpha 6, runway 35.
Quantum 11 on Alpha, cross runway 25 to Alpha 6, runway 34 left.
Just day request focus change.
It's direct 10, contact center 1 3/4.
1252, thank you, bye.
Got a spot on 9, send you there.
Brisbane Center, Cafe 131, request descend to flight level 34.
Sorry, Cathay 101, second request.
Request descend to flight level 340.
Cathay 101, descend to flight level 340.
Descend to flight level 340, Cafe 101.
United 842, leaving my control desk, that's the commodity advisory, Sierra 122, that's way, have a good night.
What are the advisory 122, that's my United 842, US well today.
Nice.
Chestnut 261 on the chart 25.
Delta 261. Cross runway 25, taxi back.
Cross 25 for the bay, jump up 261 shit.
Buffalo 99, just in time, leaving my airspace, monitor regard to 120.9.
frequency come out.
degrees, 07 knots. Cav OK. Temperature 13. UNH 1023. On first contact with Melbourne ground or approach, notify receipt of information Romeo. Time check, 1304. Melbourne Terminal Information Romeo. Expect instrument approach. Runway 27 for arrivals and departures. Runway 34 for departures. Wind 030 degrees. 07 knots. Have okay.
Okay, information Romeo is currently in Melbourne. Runway 27 for arrivals and departures. QFA499. Temperatures 113. QNH 1023. Pressure Romeo. So, runway 27. It's going to be the eyeless approach. I can actually do this. Let's see. Runway 27, the only arrival to Melbourne from Sydney is the Berwyn 1 Alpha arrival. So once we're at top descent, we'll descend down initially to flight level 130. And since there's no ATC online en route or TMA, we'll be advising our position and intentions on the once we're overhead Berwyn. And we'll continue, join start at Berwyn, descending, we'll descend down to 9,000 feet, and then we'll further descend down to 6,000 feet, reducing speed to 130, correction, no, runway 27, so we'll descend down to 9,000, track 8, descending to 5,000, 3,000 at Endom, and 185 knots and sit down to 2005. Runway 27 is going to be the ILS approach, minimum 610, final frequency 2500, and we're heading 260. ILS frequency 1097, and probably land flaps. Considering the runway is all similar. Published Mr. Code procedures as follows: not below 610. Execute the published approach. Wait 3 departures, so that in mind, I reckon. I reckon we'll maintain a left-hand circle pattern for runway 7, downwind, and then we'll join back to hindwind visas for a second attempt of landing. And that's pretty much it. We'll set up the ILS frequency on 093. 093. Okay, ILS frequency set. Minimums 610. Final pressure fix on the pressurization panel will set to 2,500. MCP altitude will be set to flight 130. Looks like we're about to approach top descent very shortly. 40 nautical miles. Actually, 33 nautical miles as VLC. Runway 27. So once we have landed, we'll vacate the runway on November. So we're looking at the cars here. Then we'll exit November onto Echo, cross 3-4. Not sure how long ground is going to be online for, but if they're not online, we'll taxi straight to Bay. We'll stick to Echo, we'll taxi all the way down to the Bravo Bays via Echo and Romeo. Yep, that's it, and prep for our radio contact once we are at Berlin. So let's go through and review the arrival. So the arrival of the FMC as well. Arrival is runway 27. Berlin 1 Alpha arrival, visas transition. Activate flight plan. Remove route discontinuities. 29 miles to 10%. Miles to 10%, yeah, that's down as 5. Okay, so MCV altitude we set flight 130, transition level. Transition level FMC flight 110, which checks out with the star. Correct. Check. Transition level MC, that's set. Estimate time arrival on top descent 06. Time now is 04, so in 2 minutes we'll get it set. And arrival briefing. Approaching top descent checks complete. Estimated time. And then once we're on 5 pieces, we'll stay to traffic time. 5.827. That's set now. On cabin. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Miles to run, and once we located. Ground to line contact them. And we'll request taxi to Bravo, please. Otherwise, we'll traffic time. Okay, 7 miles. Taxi. 7 go to all the way down to the okay. Descent checklist. Descent configuration set. Information Romeo's current. Ways 27 QNH 1023. Just check the ages.
A34 for departures. Wind 030 degrees, 07 knots. Cab OK. Temperature 13. QNH 1023. On first contact with Melbourne ground or approach, notify receipt of information Romeo.
Now to do the thing that I am not so great at, and that is the cabin announcement and brief. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we hope you joined the flight with us tonight. This is your captain speaking from the flight deck. My name is Dr. Pemkak, and on the right hand side is my first officer, and as you probably noticed, we are currently on set to Melbourne right now. The local time in Melbourne at the moment is 11:09 PM, and we should expect arrival touchdown in 25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, so to speak. Weather conditions in Melbourne, we're looking at 13 degrees, clear skies, and conditions are dry as opposed to in Sydney, and we'll be arriving into Melbourne. 7 facing towards the west, with winds of 0 degrees 0 and 7 knots, some slight crosswinds from but yeah, we should expect to arrive very shortly. No issues have been reported. Correction, we're currently on schedule, so no issues on our end. So yeah, we hope you enjoy the flight. And on behalf of the group, I'd like to thank you for following us on us, and we look forward to flying again in the near future. And yeah, we'll be switching on the flight level time very shortly once we have reached the altitude of 11,000 feet. So if we're ready for landing, I'd like to ask you to please return back to your seats if you haven't already done so, and we have prepared for landing very soon. Thanks for flying with us, and we'll keep you updated if there's any changes. Stumbling on words, Jesus. Okay, that's done. Set now. I kind of feel like doing that again. Nah. 5,000. Checklist, second feed check. Latest radio, QH102 tree. Bank anchor limit, pathways, barriers minimum, set. Pressurization for approach, set. Bowen now, almost. Flight level 140. Continue to descend down to 90,000. nautical miles of the field. Sunlights are really nice. Alright. Melbourne traffic, Qantas 499, Boeing 737, overhead Bowen at flight level 110 is 40 nautical miles east of the field, inbound for runway 27 via the Bowen 1 Alpha arrival. We're descending to flight level 25,000 feet, estimating time 35 Melbourne. Right. Landing checks, local area QNH, set. Landing lights on. Taxi lights on, check, check. Seatbelt signs on, check. Gross weight for landing. 6.87, but also taking into consideration of gross weight of 5.6, so 6.8 minus 5. So yep, the range for landing and flaps 40 for landing. Check. Okay, at Aptar, continue to set down to 5,000. Set down to 5,000. Clear speeds for landing, set. Flaps 40, on brake set number 2. Check. ILS frequency set. Runway heading. 263. Check. Published mission approach altitude 4,000. Landing checks complete. Nothing too significant in the 7 Set flaps 1 at end. And flaps 5 Vita. And flaps 11 thereafter. It's about 3,000. Slope alive. Flaps 2. Flaps 5. Traffic, just 199. That's him off on runway 27. Melbourne. Flaps 10. Find a cabin. Cabin crew, please proceed for landing.
2,500.
Put our hand fighters, I reckon. Autopilot disengaged. Set, go around altitude 4,000. Get down. Flaps 15.
1,000.
Flaps. Flaps 30. Flaps 40.
500. 400. 300. Approaching minimums. Minimums. Terrain. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
That's us. Spoilers. There, but okay. Melbourne traffic was 499 has vacated clear runway 27 on November. We contact the ground, Melbourne. Melbourne ground clearance 499 has vacated on Echo. Request taxi all the way down to the runway base via Echo. Ah, wrong frequency. Come on. There we go. Melbourne ground, g'day, Qantas 499 has vacated on Echo. Request taxi all the way down to the runway base.
Qantas 499, taxi Echo, cross runway 34, continue on Echo to the bay. Welcome to Melbourne.
Taxi Echo cross 34, Echo all the way down to the bay, cross 499. Actually leave the strobe lights on for now, and APU on. Up the strobe lights once we cross 3, 4. Right, strobe lights off. Brakes off. What the? Okay, disconnect. What the hell was that? Okay.